And the big story that we are tracking at the top of this hour is coming in from the state of West Bengal, where there has been a cabinet expansion by the newly sworn in West Bengal's BJP government. Now, this has been significant as this cabinet expansion was in the due course as far as the process is concerned. First, it was the chief minister who took the oath, and now 35 new ministers have been inducted in a major political and administrative reshuffle. The swearing-in ceremony took place at the Lok Bhawan in Kolkata, where Governor Ravi administered the oath of office to the new ministers. And with this expansion, the total strength of the Council of Ministers has gone up to 41. Among the prominent names inducted into the cabinet are Arjun Singh, Taposh Roy, Deepak Burman Singh, Shankar Ghosh, Manoj Kumar Oraon, Shopan Das Gupta, Dr. Sharadwat Mukherjee. The expansion is being seen as the BJP government's attempt to strengthen governance while also balancing regional and social representation across the state. Now, politically, the cabinet reshuffle is significant because it comes soon after the BJP's historic victory in West Bengal, ending the Trinamool Congress's 15-year rule in the state. Now, the expansion comes just weeks after Suvendu Adhikari took oath as the chief minister following the BJP's massive electoral victory in West Bengal, a result that ended the Trinamool Congress's 15-year rule in the state. Sources say that the cabinet formation was finalized after detailed consultations between Suvendu Adhikari, Bengal BJP chief Shumik Bhattacharya, and the party's central leadership in Delhi. Now, the BJP has attempted a broad social balancing act by including leaders from Brahmin, OBC, tribal, Matua and Rajbanshi communities, while also ensuring regional representation from different parts of the state. The inclusion of both experienced leaders and first-time ministers is also being seen as the BJP's attempt to build a long-term political structure in Bengal after its historic breakthrough in eastern India. And to discuss this further, I'm joined by esteemed guests this afternoon. I'm joined by Nirmalia Mukherjee, who's a senior journalist from West Bengal. Mr. Mukherjee, good morning. I beg your pardon. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me here at News 9. I want to begin by asking, how do you look at this swearing-in ceremony that has taken place right now as far as the cabinet expansion is concerned? What are going to be the foremost challenges ahead for this new cabinet? And how do you look at the caste equation that there has been a conscious attempt to try and factor in the constitution of this cabinet?
You see, this is so typical of a BJP cabinet. BJP gave its candidates during the elections in 4-5 phases. The cabinet that you have seen today, this is not a full cabinet. In my opinion, there will be more expansion, some more people will come in. Because the normal practice is the number of assembly seats you have, 15% is represented in cabinet, usually. Chief Minister can always expand it. So if it is 294, then 15% of 294 is 44 seats. So 44 departments you will be having. Suvendu Adhikari has selected 41 cabinet ministers until now, and some more will be coming in future. That is my way of looking at it. I don't know whether it will be correct or not, but there will be more expansions. But this is so typical of BJP cabinet because, you see, BJP is a party which I have followed for a very long time. It believes in a social hierarchy. This social hierarchy that BJP believes in, that is reflected in the cabinet. At the lowest level, you have subalterns, and at the highest level, you have the most elite class of Oxbridge, from Oxford and Cambridge. These people are also there. So BJP looks at social hierarchy as a system of power that drives it ahead. BJP has never left away from the social hierarchy. The caste equations, the community equations that you are talking about, absolutely correct. BJP looks at that the way it has represented. Out of the 18, today 13 full cabinet ministers and previously 5 cabinet ministers. So total taken 18 full cabinet ministers, 19 ministers of state, and 3 independent with 3 independent charges. That makes it 41. So that is the way. You see, from North Bengal, from Middle Bengal, from South Bengal, it's all represented. And this is the very straight way of putting it at it is that RSS has an influence. So I wouldn't go into that, whether RSS has an influence on it, but definitely it reflects the social interregnums of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, and BJP is looking at the social uh, fabric of West Bengal. Everything has been represented. BJP on its first tranche in 152 seats in the first elections, when the elections came, BJP had won 116 seats. After that, BJP won 91 seats, which is mostly from the 7 districts of South Bengal and a part of Middle Bengal. But North Bengal and larger part of Middle Bengal, of 152 seats, 16 seats BJP won. And those are basically rural seats. So you have representations from North Bengal, you have representations from the Middle Bengal, you have representations from South Bengal. Everywhere there is a representation. There is not, I have already said many times on your channel that here BJP looks at Bengal in three parts: the north, the middle, and the south. And it has all been represented in this cabinet.
Okay, point taken, Mr. Mukherjee. But when you're talking about representation of all communities or all the castes alike, they have inducted someone who are from the Brahmin community, from the OBC, tribal, Matua, Rajbanshi community. We have a list of all those leaders who have been sworn in today as the governor has overseen that oath-taking ceremony. But Mr. Mukherjee, not a single minority representation for a state that has got over 30% of population to be minorities. We don't see a single minority representation.
That is true. BJP does not believe in using, BJP feels that BJP has not given up a minority candidate anywhere in the country. In all the 22 states where it rules, you won't find BJP putting up minority candidates. In Bengal, the 292 seats that BJP fought, there was
Then
not
how
a single
can we
minority.
expect, Mr. Mukherjee, how do we expect Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas? And how do we see this cabinet as the perfect representation of all the communities for a state that has got a sizable minority population as well?
That is correct. But the BJP is confident enough to look after the interest of the minorities. And that is why, out of the 112 seats, minority seats, BJP this time has won 34 seats. And most of them, about 12 of them, is from Malda, Murshidabad, and Dinajpur. This is something astonishing. So it is not that BJP is against the minority communities, but BJP does not want to use the minorities as a vehicle. If I put up a minority candidate, which the Congress, BJP has always kept itself away, or Congress or the left or the Trinamool has done, minorities were used as vote pawns. BJP has consciously removed itself from this minority particular quadrant. And that is the only reason BJP is always called a Hindu party. It is not that. BJP in Hindu fold, Hindu, the word Hindu, Rashtra or Hindu party, whatever it calls, BJP looks at it from a Hindu society. And that society includes the Muslims as well. So there is nothing to fear. In fact, what BJP wants to convey is that under us, the minorities are more protected than those who are using them as their vote banks or in their vote politics. That is the
Okay.
message that BJP wants to say.
Okay, point taken, Mr. Mukherjee. But as far as the law and order is concerned, that is going to be one of the foremost challenges for the Suvendu Adhikari's cabinet. What are the other areas of concern that this particular cabinet that has been constituted has to immediately, direct their attention towards?
Mostly they are looking after the development of Bengal, industrialization of Bengal, the economic situation of Bengal. You see, if I'm not wrong, Suvendu Adhikari is not going to have a finance minister immediately. He would keep the finance portfolio to himself, because finance is an area where Bengal has a debt of around, the debt stock is around 40%. That is 8 lakh crore. That is a huge number. When Mamata Banerjee government came in, they had a debt of around, they were carrying a debt of around 2 lakh crore. Now that has, in 15 years, it has gone up by 4 times. It is almost 8 lakh crore. So BJP, that is a big challenge for BJP. By saying that BJP can't escape this route, saying that, oh, there is a big huge debt. So how do we progress with this state? That BJP cannot afford to do. So BJP is very careful about it. Industrial development and economic resurgence both should go side by side, and that is what the way they are balancing. Regarding the law and order position, you know very well that for the first 21 days, BJP had only 5 cabinet ministers. And this was done centrally so that certain actions could be taken which pertain to law and order. If you are a big cabinet, then on the first occasion, which had always happened in the last 7 decades, whenever there were swearing in, I have gone through the swearing in for the such swearing in for the last 40-45 years. I have seen at one go there is always a huge 30 or 35 members cabinet coming up, or 40-member cabinet. That they were not in phases. So BJP took time off. That is the way BJP behaves. See, every party has its own way of behaving. So in Bengal, BJP is behaving in phases. BJP took its seat. Now BJP is very careful to go ahead because
Right.
they're planning it. They have a long-term haul, 15 years, 20 years, or even 30 years. Because the previous governments, Congress government ruled for 29 years, the left run 34 years, and Trinamool for 15 years. So BJP must be having a very long-term plan, and they're always the slow players. They never rush, they wait for it. I have said they always wait like a cat for its prey.